Hello everyone, Courtney here, your plaid-clad librarian, and today we are making slime. Now if you know me, you know that I am not a big fan of slime in the library. But if you notice something, there's no library here. I'm in my basement. So this is a perfect time for me to teach you how to make slime that you can play with at home and not at the library. Now, the reason that I don't particularly like slime at the library, and something that you should know before you make this slime, is that slime can stain. It can destroy things. It can ruin your clothes, it can ruin your furniture, the carpet, the ceiling. So before you start playing with your slime, just be aware that this is a toy that you should play with responsibly. Fortunately though, slime is made out of some very easy to get ingredients, and I'm going to show you how to do it. First thing you're going to need is glue, some school glue. You can do this with white glue or any of these cool like glitter glues. I'm doing this one because I want a glitter slime and it was also on sale. So, you know, decisions were made. So glue, you're going to need a saline solution. If you have contacts or somebody in your household has contacts, they probably have this stuff. And baking soda. This is pretty much a staple in a lot of kitchens, so look around, you might have some. Okie dokie, so I'm going to get started by first unscrewing the cap off of this glue, and I'm going to pour it right into our bowl. This is something that will probably take some time to get all of the glue out, so be patient with it. This is a 6-ounce bottle of glue, and therefore our measurements are in line with 6 ounces of glue. So you're going to want to try and get out as much as you possibly can, and if you're able to get out less than that, you're going to have to take that into account and change the other measurements to fit the amount of glue that you think you got out of the bottle. For a recipe that calls for 6 ounces of glue, like I have, it calls for 3/4 tablespoons of baking soda. Now, I don't have a 3/4 tablespoon on my collection here. I have 1 tablespoon, I have a teaspoon, a half teaspoon, and a 1/4 teaspoon. So there are 3 teaspoons for every tablespoon, and we're looking for 3/4 tablespoon. So how that works, if you math it out, that equals 2 1/4 tablespoon. So I'm gonna measure that out and put it into the bowl. When you are measuring out your baking soda, make sure that you rub the spoons, or however you have the containers, flatten out the top of the spoon so that it's nice and flat. That way you're getting exact measurements. Okay, we're gonna mix this together. And if you are working with a white glue, you can now put in color. So like if you have food dye, you can mix that in and you can make cool colors out of your slime. My slime is already going to be purple, so I'm not going to worry about that. But while you're mixing, you kind of just want to have it nice and smooth. So there's some clumps here that I'm going to work through and try and get them to properly incorporate all the way through the slime. You do not have to use a spatula for this. I honestly did it so that it wasn't very clanky for the video to use a rubber spatula. You can use a spoon if you like, or however, whatever utensil you have. Now for the final step, potentially, we are going to add the saline solution, and for this one you need 1.5 tablespoons of saline solution. So if we math that out, knowing that there are 3 teaspoons per tablespoon, we need 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon, and 1/2 teaspoon. And that's how much is going to be going in. Now this is the part where it's really going to start turning into slime, and you're going to notice that while you're working it in there, it's gonna, it's already clumping up. You see how slimy that already is? And it's going to get pretty goopy. Try and get the edges and work all of that together. If your spoon or spatula is not being very helpful, it's totally cool if you just want to get your hands in there. I mean, slime is to be played with your hands, right? Okay. In fact, this is about the time when you want to start moving over to your hands anyway. and hand kneading your slime. The more that you work it, the more slimy it will be. Now while you're playing with it and you're working with it, if it's too sticky for you, add more saline solution. It will stiffen it up and make it more firm. If you like really sticky slime, use a little bit less of your saline solution because you'll get some pretty tacky slime. I personally do not like very tacky slime, so I'm gonna work this until it's nice and firm. Now this is the perfect time. If you want to add things to your slime, you can. And you can add pretty much anything you want to slime. You can add more glitter, you can add beads. I saw somebody use those tiny little rubber hair ties, the really, really small ones. And those made some pretty interesting textures in their slime. So with that in mind, I want to see what would happen if I add some glitter into this. Now this already has a lot of glitter in it. However, I have some pretty cool black glitter and I have some silver glitter. I also really don't like playing with glitter, but it's slime, so it should keep it all within the slime. So that's okay, right? Right? Please tell me it's okay. All right, let's give this a shot. Got our slime, here we go. Moment of truth. You think that's too much? It's probably too much. Yeah, let's mix it up first. See how it goes. Ooh. It's gonna be everywhere! Ugh. Glitter does that though. It's okay. Be brave, Courtney. Be brave. Ooh, it's like a sack of glitter. Oh no, it's just everywhere. But we're just gonna have to keep working it through the slime and getting it in. All right. I added all that black glitter and it looks pretty interesting. I think next time I'll probably add a little bit less, or I'll put some glitter in a little earlier, like when we first add the saline solution, and maybe that will help incorporate the extra glitter even more. But that's something to experiment with in the future. Okay, well, that's it for today. We now have some slime. Super simple, right? Like, we got that done really quick. I hope you had a good time. Please remember to store this in an airtight container if you have one. It is something that will dry out over time. It's not going to dry out very quickly, but it will over time. So if you don't have an airtight container, wrap it in some saran wrap, or keep it somewhere safe. Again, this is not something that you want to just have sitting out lying around. First of all, it'll dry out. But it could also stain and ruin furniture or clothing or things like that, and you just want to be careful about it. Just pick up after yourself and be conscientious and responsible while playing. And have fun with it! Slime is really fun, and it's a nice therapy tool, and it's just cool to kind of make something for your own. So enjoy! Have a great day, everybody! Bye-bye!